No, she rolled it pretty good. Another foot stepped on, I believe. Good time for a break. We just see she had some good swelling in there, so we'll see how it looks in the next couple of days. Yeah.
But she did manage to pass Ivory Lotta for the 3-point
She
record.
did, yeah, she did.
What's your reaction to that?
It's great. I mean, it's funny the things you remember. You always give players when you draft them kind of a list of things to do to come in ready for camp. And I just remember us being real simple, like back up, start shooting behind the WNBA line and be ready to shoot. She just came in like day one and just was letting them fly, and it's been the same ever since. So it's fun to see the whole journey.
And how did you see her react in that timeout? From where we were sitting, you pretty much saw like, oh gosh. But what did you see of her reaction?
I reached my hand out and then she was yanked away from me by like 3 teammates. So I couldn't see much after that.
How did Tasha look you out there?
She looked pretty good. I mean, for basically not having done much at all physically for a little while. I'm probably in trouble with the trainers on the minutes, but we needed them, and a little rusty first game back, but competed as she always does, and we needed every one of her minutes.
Eric, overall, 2 to 3 quarters, defense is looking pretty solid. Obviously, Joe got going there fourth, but collectively as a whole, what do you think the trajectory is for the defense of you guys right now, especially navigating all these injuries?
If you'd stopped me at the end of the third quarter, I would have said I love the response that we showed tonight defensively, especially in that third quarter. I thought we were super locked in. Thought we handled some tough actions from Seattle really well, and then we lost our poise and our focus there for a good while.
I was going to ask about Queen. She's obviously come in and she's had to have a big impact due to the injuries, but she's risen to the occasion quite well. What has she done so well to just have an impact and fit in such a short period of time? She's been
a lifesaver. Rebounding the ball, setting great screens, having good hands, better hands than I realized, finishing well around the rim. I mean, everything that you could hope, coming in, she's done all those things, and she's trying to pick up our concepts without very little practice, and I'm excited for what she can bring for us down the road. Have you ever had a situation where you went to the All-Star break? One year we lost 7 in a row, so probably then. But no, we need it. Obviously, we need it. We're not the only team.
What can you say about Flynn scoring, especially late when that game happened? Had the big pull up and then one. She seems to have like an active in this bucket.
Yeah, she had her pull up going tonight. I thought was the big difference. She's shown that more as we've gone along, and she's shooting it with a lot of confidence. And then one-on-one, she's really hard to stay in front of anybody in the league, even the best defender. She's so quick with the ball. She's stronger than she looks. And if she gets a step on you, she's kind of got you beat. So I love just the way that she's been aggressive. I thought she actually missed a couple of opportunities earlier in the game, one at the rim and one on a jumper, and she didn't pass them up in the second half.
And what to say about this team to continue to stand this diversity after diversity in this first half? What is it to show about this team? So no matter who's missing, they find a way to compete and win basketball.
Yeah, we talked afterwards about, we've big picture handled that situation really well. I don't know if every team would handle it as well as we have. We've responded, even the games we've lost, we've been really competitive and we've handled the situation well. We got to be better in small moments, when we've got a lead, when we get a little comfortable, we make a mistake, not letting it snowball on us. But overall, big picture, the way we've handled it's been huge. And I got to give a shout out to our crowd also. The last several games, we've won a few in a row at home now, and they've given us a big lift right at the time we've needed it.
Hey, Coach, if I read the sheet correctly, everyone's words about the depth of this team.
Yeah, it's nice. I mean, it's funny to talk about depth when we got 9, but and then down to 8. But you're exactly right. The bench is giving us a big lift. Shatori, I didn't think played well in Connecticut and had a huge bounce back tonight. I don't think we win that game the way we did without her stepping in and playing like that. Mung, Queen, Lene, Lene's gotten better, I think, probably with each game she's been here. But, we said when we kind of started losing people that we wanted to be a better team by the time we got people back in. Now, we didn't expect to keep losing people, but I think we can see how each person's going to be in a better spot by the time we get back to full strength.
last thing, felt like the point of attack on the offense was a lot of the driving kicks, maybe sort of taking the unsealed guards off the dribble a little bit, attacking Dulcie in the paint. Is that part of the game plan or just something that evolved as they saw it over the game plan?
A little bit. I thought at times we tried to force a little bit too much. And I think maybe when we made our run there in the third, we did a better job of kind of picking our eyes up and seeing whether it was the drive, the roll, the fill behind. We got a little bit better seeing everything that was available and not playing in such tight spaces. I think we had a few successes going by people, and then we tried to do it almost every time, and that's where we got a little sticky.
Coach, how you doing?
Doing good, thanks.
This one kind of expand on my friend's point right here, the human side of it. When a player goes down, how hard is it to kind of regroup the troops? I know it's a game, but still to kind of shake that, you see her carrying off. How did you see the team respond in that aspect?
I think we've responded really well, really well playing within the game. I think when Ariel went down today, it was like everybody's like, God dang, like not another one. It's hard not to have that moment where you just feel a little bit snake bit, but we didn't let it affect us for long, and we've said next person up, and we've lived it.
I think you cited awesome defensive level. She held it. Jewel Roy did. What do you think of the defense on Jewel Roy has come up?
As a collective, not great. I think Slim did a pretty good job on her, when she had her, but we lost her a bunch of times in transition. You can't do that with a player like that. You got her under, she made some shots, she had some points, but we lose her a couple times in transition. All of a sudden she's cooking. Too far back on screens against her. So no, I don't think we did a great job as a collective, especially in the second half.
Just making it work. But last one for you, Mr. Troy. What have you seen from her confidence wise? I think when she took the ball goes and she kind of just lets it fly. What have you seen in that?
Yeah, she's had more good games recently. I think letting it fly is the big thing for me. She got to let it fly even when she doesn't see it go in the first couple times. And that's one of the biggest things with her is not easily discouraged. You can't get discouraged by a miss or two. I thought she was a little passive the other night in Connecticut, and I really liked the way she responded on both ends of the floor today.
Appreciate it.
Yeah.
That's it, Coach. Thank you.
It's going, always working Wayne.
I asked Coach about you just letting it fly, your confidence. We know what you did on the scenes, who you was as a player, but when you see that ball going, you're like on another level.
Yeah. Just being aggressive. Coming in and like before I used to be like, all right, let me get a couple up and backs to warm me up. Slim and Tosh is like, yeah, no, we don't have time for that. So when the ball comes to you, you have to be aggressive. And that's kind of what my mindset has been like. And now I kind of have like a blueprint of like the types of shots I'm getting, so I can kind of work on that before and after practice. And it's a great feeling to see it translate into the game.
Maryland fans, we're getting so close. They are really, passionate about you. What does that support mean? You have a fan base, not just Mystics, but that UMB that only support you.
Yeah, that's kind of one of the reasons why I chose the University of Maryland. Coming out of high school, that family aspect, the way Coach Freeze made me feel like a home away from home, and it's just it speaks to the type of organization she and the foundation she establishes at the university, and the crazy support and the amazing and consistent support that the fans give us, not just during college, but after as well. I still feel that family.
And last thing, one of the young fans told me that, with all the church on the team, the Ninja Turtles, what do you think of that?
I like that. I love it.
Okay,
I love it. What's going on?
Ariel obviously got the record tonight. I know she got injured, but were you guys aware that she was one away from it?
We're like never aware of anything, honestly. I don't know if that's a good thing or bad thing. Like we're all finding out at the same time on the court. Like me and someone like, what happened? So, but like, I mean, I don't know if that's a good thing or bad thing, but like we're so locked in. But I mean, I'm not, like I said before, I'm not surprised. Like A has put the work in, and I've been blessed to be here since the first time she got drafted here, and I've seen her just continuing to ascend as not just a player, but as a woman as well. And it's great to see.
You two obviously been on the team together for quite a while. How special was the moment with the group when it was announced? The system having that. I know Todd was able to.
Yeah.
bag her full weight to help celebrate, but
Yeah.
how special was that moment for you guys?
What was the word you used?
Special.
Special. Super special. Yeah, like A's not one to really like celebrate herself. I don't know if you saw her reaction, but she was like so focused on the game. But it was great to celebrate that for her, not just with her, but for her as well. Yeah.
Perfect transition. I was gonna ask you, like, how did she kind of react? Let's
Yeah.
say a little bit more about that. 'Cause
Yeah.
You know, we're up in the stands a
Right.
little bit. Like, what did I saw you patted her,
Uh-huh.
and then Tosh kind of whisked her away. But
Yeah.
what was she like reacting? to,
Literally
say?
no reaction at all. She was like more focused on like the play that coach was drawing, which is great. But like I said, she did like, I'm glad we got to celebrate that for her, like just taking a moment to celebrate that and her hard work. It's a great accomplishment.
And then, you know, having Tosh back, you know, how did it feel, you know, having your point guard back? I know Slim can run
Yeah.
the point real well too, but how did it feel having Tosh back out there?
Amazing. Tosh is who she is for a reason. And she means so much to our team. Not just her ability, but her voice as well. And yeah, we had her voice on the sideline, but it's just different when it's on the court as well, not just offensively, but defensively as well. Like I said, I've seen her put the work in to fight back, and I know she's probably still like fighting through a little bit of pain, but I mean, she pushed through it and helped us get a big win today.
Any other in-person questions?
So what are your plans for training?
The beach. The beach. A lot of the beach, a lot of sand.
I think that's it then, Tori. Thank you.
Hey, thank you guys. No, I was gonna say ET. ET on the week.
Oh,
Are y'all gonna
all right, for
unmute
real.
us?
Somebody gonna mute us or no?
We can hear you.
Okay, can you push
somebody click
later?
that
Because
off?
we
'Cause
want
I
to see our
wanna see
cute
how it looks.
faces.
Thanks, Jen. You're a doll.
I need some sun. Is it the lighting? Or I look that
No, it's the
light?
lighting. It's the light,
Okay,
because look at me.
it should look cute. It look like an Instagram filter.
You know, it do look like this. Okay, guys. hold on.
Sorry.
Hey.
Okay, here we go.
No, I'm enjoying this. Todd, how's the ankle feeling, and how did it feel to get back out there?
It felt like shit earlier in the week, and then our great medical staff took care of me. Strength and conditioning really just built back up my ankle. So it was good to be back out there today. I wanted to get this game in before All-Star break just to kind of get back into the scheme of things. But it just felt good to be back with my teammates. And yeah, my ankle feels good.
Missed you.
And we missed you too,
Girl, I've been here.
girl. But I miss being with you.
Okay, fair.
I've been on the end of the bench.
You see me?
Been on the end of the bench.
And I just want to ask you both, Tosh, I'll start with you, about Ariel passing Ivory Latta for the franchise record.
Oh, it was for the
goodness.
franchise record.
Yes, you didn't hear it. That's why I was going crazy.
I just saw 309 and I was like,
Okay.
He's like in a
That's-
mystic jersey.
that's tough.
Yeah, I've had the pleasure of playing with A for 6 years now, and I can remember this. We were in LA, and it's when we used to have to share hotel rooms. And we all remember those.
Y'all
days.
were roommates?
We were roommates.
That's a hell of a combo.
It was, but I got to know A very quickly there, that she had an old soul, but hearing her and the vision that she had for her career, being an underdog her entire life, and it kind of similar to me, you're good, but you're not good enough. And she always used to say, like, I know what God is in store for me. I know what I want to achieve in my career, and to see that come and happen, fruition, gold medalist, all the accolades that she's had in her career, but this one especially, to be wearing a DC uniform with me, beside me this whole time. It's a beautiful thing. It speaks to the player that she is and how much she's continued to grow. But I'm really happy for her. She's an amazing human being. So this accomplishment, her name is forever going to be etched into the books.
Anything to add on that?
I mean, I'll say because she had the pleasure of being teammates with her, I had the pleasure of guarding her. So from my perspective, it's just been really cool. A was always, I'll be honest, A was always one of those players that she used to stump me because I couldn't get nothing out of her. So it's like most people that I play, I'll irritate them, aggravate them. A will have the same face the entire time. Like I'd get excited if she cracked a smile as a defender, because I'm like, damn, like nothing bothers you.
Nothing.
Like nothing
Does
wavers
it make
her.
sense now?
Yeah, no, but
Okay.
it's like she's so poisoned that just is a test to who she is as a person. You can't move her. She's strong in her beliefs, but at the same time, she's like Tasha said, a beautiful human, and that trickles down into the athlete, I believe. So, just to, as I said, like be a defender now, be her teammate. It's even doper. But yeah, it's just something that you see a transition throughout her career, and she's shooting the shit out of the ball. She needs to start. Maybe. Okay.
Last thing for me, can you just walk me through the moment when the PA announcer announces that she has this record? Tasha, I saw you like go ahead.
Fucking conniption. That's
I was like, you're gonna wait to these people. He's like, no, I want A to receive her flowers. I don't think players enough while they're playing in their careers receive the flowers that they deserve. So to get that accolade tonight, right before All-Star break, her and Slim have really been putting this team on their backs the last week or so. But to get that accolade, I just wanted everyone to celebrate her well-deserved accomplishment.
Ditto.
You look like you're freezing. It's really not that cold.
She's gonna hate this.
It's like a lifelong achievement or a career long. But she did this 6 years.
We break records here.
What does it say about the longevity that she has and what she can still do later on as a superstar?
I ain't even scratched the surface.
Yeah,
It's like she's just starting to tap into whatever
it makes her great.
makes her great. But it's all of us. I feel like at this time in all of our careers, we're all like 1 year above each other. And I feel like around that 5-6 year mark is when you start to kind of like settle down.
Yes.
You kind of know where your spots are. You kind of know what works for you, what you need to continue to work on. But I won't even call it a prime. It's like a pre-prime. And then it's like you start hitting that stride. And then towards playoffs, that's when you'll see like true prime anybody with this team, because we're in such a great position to be great with everything outside of basketball, that when it comes to our jobs, like we're able to just do our jobs, which allows us to do what we're doing on the court right now. So it's an attest to everybody. Like it's a whole organization and down kind of thing for us to break these records.
Yeah. And I think for younger players too, that look at A as a role model, they can find so much guidance in her, but just honestly knowing what you do well and doing it to the best of your ability and putting 2 feet in, committing yourself to it every single day. That's exactly what A does. So that's what makes her great. That's what's going to continue to make her great.
And I want to ask about the defense too. Obviously, a lot of bodies in and out over the past several weeks. Overall, how do you think the defense has responded to that challenge of not having maybe the chemistry that you've had?
Do we be honest? Okay, great. We suck.
Yeah, I think our defense for our expectations is like a C right now.
I actually probably say D.
Yeah, I think that's being generous. We have the ability, regardless of who's on the court, everyone's able to step up and do what we need them to do defensively. And we can still be the best defensive team in this league. We have to commit to that. And that comes from focus. And we keep saying the same sentiments. So something Slim's been saying lately is it's a choice. Every time when we step out on that court, it's a choice. Whether we're going to lock into the scout, whether we're going to lock into our game plans, whether we're going to lock into blowing up shooters. Like for us, me and Slim are pissed. Jewel's a phenomenal player, but there's no way she comes in here and has damn near 40 fucking points. Like it can't happen.
Like, granted, it's Jewel. Like we're not taking away from the fact that it's Jewel, and Jewel is a
one of the
phenomenal
best players
player.
in the world.
But for us and our standard, yes,
That's not
okay,
good enough.
that's not okay. Like she didn't have to earn all 40 of those points. She got a couple of easy licks on us, and that's on us.
Yeah.
So yeah, we can't allow people to just come in, even if the goal was to not let Jewel touch the ball and we let somebody else shoot an open three. We still have to treat them as a professional athlete and know that they're going to hit an open three. We can't just let people do things to us on defense. Like we have to continue to dictate, or we won't be number one in defense. Like we see what happens when we don't dictate defense. Our offense struggles. We struggle. We start to look wild, crazy. And then when we lock back in, it looks like, okay,
They're back. There they go.
Like the game shouldn't have been to 10 if we were playing the way we were supposed to be playing. Put it like that. Because Seattle's a great team. They can come back. They can do everything. So if we were playing our basketball, they should have lost by more. But credit to them because they're a really good team. They figured it out and they tapped us when we had our lapses.
do you think the focus is the biggest challenge right now? in that aspect? What you guys both kind of talked about, so.
I mean, it's some in-house stuff that me and Tosh talk about, and I think it starts with us and just making sure we stay calm when those erratic
Always.
moments happen, because then we see that it trickles down into our teammates. So we have to hold ourselves accountable because we know that we carry a lot of energy for this team, and that's a part of it. Like if something goes wrong, we got to make it seem like ain't nothing just went wrong. Damn near delusional.
But at the same time, challenging us
yeah.
to be better.
Yep.
So we're gonna figure it out. We're slowly
got some
figuring it out
days.
along the way. Yeah, we got
We got some days.
to take a break and just mentally, emotionally, physically. This season is brutal. The schedule that we've had, playing 3 games in 5 days, almost every other week, like it's been a lot. So these 4 days are gonna be good for us to just regroup, and then we're gonna come back and we're gonna be better. Thank you, Tyler. What's up, Rob, my guy?
Real quick, I wanted to just kind of pivot real quick and just ask you, and Brittany, you as well, your thoughts on the new league that Studi and the Pizza have provided another option for women's basketball domestically during the off season. How cool was that, or what's your thoughts on, or have you had time to process that yet?
I'm gonna be honest, I haven't had time to process it
Yeah.
because it's been a lot going on. But my initial reaction, I think, is always dope that, you know, we are creating spaces for others to come and join us in this professional lifestyle and have fun and not have to go overseas, and creating more opportunities and doorways and different types of look. Not everybody is a 5-on-5 player. Some people are great at 3-on-3, and some people are great at 1-on-1. So now those people get to get highlighted and get some shine and get some love, and we get this to
And get some money.
and get some money and keep expanding women's basketball, because, you know, like some people can't get to see a 5-on-5 game, but they might could tune in to see a 3-on-3. 3-on-3 might be able to travel a little bit deeper into some states than we can because of where we play. So that's my immediate thought. But I mean, over the break, I'm gonna be yeah, man. Got you.
But also proud of Fee and Stewie.
Yes.
I don't think people realize how much that
Yeah.
they have to take on their shoulders to start that. And I think I felt it a little bit with Athletes Unlimited when we started that as well. But everyone that is here in the W, you can ask everyone. We just want to leave the game better than what we found it. And so this is just about advancing women in sport and making sure that the next generation has resources and opportunities that we didn't necessarily have when first coming into the league. So I'm really just proud of Fee and Stewie for taking ownership and responsibility and understanding the power of their platforms, and being able to really just bring in investors into women's sports. Thank you.
Any other in-person questions?
I like your jersey.
Yeah, that shit is
I
hard.
might meet to a few Ravens games this year, you know.
Girl.
OPJ,
Ow, my
Lamar
knee.
Jackson. I love y'all. But still go Eagles. I love y'all though.
Cowboys.
Notice, I know this with Shakira. Yeah, alright.
So childish.
You know you're a pro athlete, but you're Natasha Crouch. How do you kind of switch and be in a moment with your teammate during a downtime and then kind of lock back in? Okay.
That's always just been who I am. I'm able to flip switches. I'm able to be goofy 1 minute and then serious the next. I think that's been one of the hardest adjustments though in my career from a leadership standpoint, is understanding that while I might be able to flip switches, not everyone is able to flip switches. So being just very cautious of that. But again, when it comes down to it, this is just a game. This is our teammates. This is their health. So first and foremost, whenever anything like this happens, I care about the human being. I could give 2 shits about the game at that point. I'm just concerned about my teammate. They go off, we trust in our medical staff, and then we lock back into, okay, now we need to win this game for her. So it's just who I am. Testament to my family for really just showing me what it means to have a big heart and to love and lead with light. Thank you, Wayne.
Yes. Yes, just one for Slim, but first, Tosh, great to have you back.
Thank you,
Good to
thank
see
you.
out there.
Y'all gonna ask Slim about her 30 piece? Like, how many did she have?
Oh my
Who got a
God,
box for her?
bro.
26. What's the last 3 games look like? Was it 26? Yeah, 29. Yeah.
Huh?
I got a question.
Ah, boy. You have a question?
I got a question.
Yeah.
Thank you. You ready?
Oh my gosh.
Poppy crop. You know, we've been going through a lot this last week, and I feel like we've demanded a lot out of you. How have you been able to juggle that on top of guarding the best person on the other end of the floor, running the one, pushing our pace, scoring 30 points, and basically, y'all, she's had like 2 steals in the last 3 games too, right? Oh, okay. So how do you feel? Yeah! Not you, 3.
I'm gonna be honest, when, one, I know, other than that, I think for me, I have such like good teammates and I have such a great organization that has so much faith in me. And I think this is probably the first time in my career where I'm in a place where what I see in the mirror, somebody else see. And what I believe in the mirror, somebody else believes. And it's not just the coaches, it's my teammates. And I get text messages from my teammates like praising me and just encouraging me to keep going. I get text messages from coaches like, hey, I know it's hard. I know we got a lot coming out of you, but you got that shit. You got it. You're a warrior. Coach Shelley keeps telling me you're a warrior. And you don't think about it in a moment, but I almost cried like when at like the 2-minute mark because we've been going through so much and my teammates just have so much trust in me and I had to kind of like believe it myself because it got to a point in that Connecticut game where I was like, bro, what you doing? Like your teammates need you. And I wanted to be comfortable if I had to be transparent. It was comfortable chilling and having Elena and Tosh and A all on the wing and ain't have them no more. So it's not that it's uncomfortable to do what I did out there, but when it started getting a little tight, I had to realize that my team still had the same faith in me, whether I made or missed a shot. And I couldn't get on myself about that because they didn't, and they needed me in that aspect. So, that's really my answer on it. Like, I just made the right freaking decision to come here.
Period.
It's just showing every which way. And on that note, this has been a great media session.
I love you.
But y'all go to hell home and we will see y'all.
And y'all take
against
breaks.
Indiana. Don't tweet, don't do nothing.
No,
Just
nothing.
go home.
No, nothing. Y'all probably gonna be at All-Star.
Yeah.
Ooh.
And Jen, thanks again for that.
Both. That concludes media for tonight. We'll send out more information following the All-Star break. Thank you, everyone.